Chronic fatigue, or many other chronic illnesses, can come with a very specific and paralyzing fear of exhaustion after exertion. A fear of a push-crash cycle that can put you out for days, if not longer. The moment you feel okay enough to do something, a little voice inside screams, don't do that. You'll pay for it later, you'll crash. And so it's stopping you from enjoying good moments, from trying new things. It locks you into a cage of anxiety even when your body might actually be up for something small. And then sometimes, even when you know it's not a great idea today, you're so tired of being frustrated, so tired of being in this cycle, you decide to do it anyway, pushing yourself way too hard then, or way past a reasonable exertion point to a complete exhaustion point. And I know that's super frustrating. So today we're going to try soothing the nervous system's memory of past crashes and releasing the anxiety about future energy levels. Create a calm inner space where you can make rational, loving choices about your energy in the moment. And if you're interested in how this works to rewire our neural pathways and negative triggers and reactions into positive ones, see the description box below for the research articles, the science that's been done on tapping. For today, rate yourself on a 1 to 10 scale as you think of the fear and frustration of pushing and crashing and pushing and crashing. And we'll check back in after to see where that anxiety is at. So that's it. Just tap with and repeat after me. Even though I have this deep fear of exhaustion after exertion, and I'm afraid of crashing, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though my nervous system remembers past crashes and tries to lock me down, I choose to send it soothing safety now. Even though the fear sometimes stops me from enjoying good moments and makes me anxious about the future. I choose to release the assumption that every activity is going to cause exhaustion. Even though sometimes I completely ignore my own signals and push myself knowing I'm going to crash out later and regret it. I acknowledge my desire to live and enjoy life, and I deeply love and accept myself as I find a good balance. Even though I worry I can never trust my energy levels. I choose to believe in my ability to pace myself lovingly. Even though I'm so overwhelmed by the anxiety of the push-crash cycle. I deeply and completely love and support myself in finding balance. Even though it feels like I can't trust myself to make safe choices about my energy. I fully and completely love, honor, and support my body. And I believe in my ability to treat my body kindly. This fear of crashing out is paralyzing. It takes me out for days. I hate that. I just want to live and enjoy my life. feels like every time I go to make a decision, my body remembers some past exertion. I end up in an anxiety loop about every single choice that might cause fatigue. I'm trapped by the fear of payback. Activity now is just going to be exhaustion later. A bit of happy now is just going to be misery for days. I can't trust my own energy levels. This push-crash cycle is draining my hope. And then I do it anyway. I push myself beyond reason. I'm just trying to live a little, have a little fun before I know I'm going to crash out again anyway. I'm afraid to try anything new at this point. But I know this is no way to live. So I begin now to release this intense fear of exhaustion. I release any anger, hurt, shame around past exhaustion cycles. I begin now to trust my body to rest deeply and heal itself day by day. I begin to trust myself to pick up on my own signals. I trust myself to know when it's okay and when it's just not a good day today. I choose to soothe all those memories of past energy crashes. I choose to make peace with anything I've had to miss out on in the past. I'm safe to make small, loving choices for myself. I choose to listen to my body in the moment. I more easily drop frustration now when I realize today's just not a good day. When it is a good day, I enjoy the activity for what it is. No fear, not needed. I'm allowing myself to make safe attempts without anxiety. I fully acknowledge that part of me that is so irritated every time we have to say no out of exhaustion. I send love and compassion to the part of me that hates saying no to friends and family. I acknowledge and send love to the part of me that feels judged, as if we're being lazy or just acting. I release and let it all go now. Chronic fatigue is exhausting enough. It's not my responsibility to make sure everybody else understands it. All the feelings around all these traumas and fatigue, I release it all, drop it all now. I drop all fear of future crashes. There's no point in living in that anxiety. I drop that all now. I'm releasing the need for total control. I cannot fully control my energy cycles, so I'm going to drop the fear of crashing out now. I am trusting my ability to pace myself perfectly. Pacing that allows me to hear my body's signals so I can stop or take a break before a crash. I'm choosing calm awareness over fear-based decisions. I'm allowing my nervous system to feel safe right now. I'm safe to trust my body today. I'm making gentle, rational choices now. I'm breaking the push-crash cycle and any fear of it now. I'm choosing balance and pacing. My nervous system is soothing now. I celebrate small moments of energy. And I'm letting go of any fear of future pain and exhaustion. I'm safe in this moment. I'm safe with me. I'm safe to make the best choices for my body. I'm breaking the cycle of fear. I'm choosing calm and pacing myself. I trust my body's signals completely. I trust me. I'm releasing the fear of exhaustion or overexertion now. I am safe to try and safe to rest. Take a deep breath and see where you are on that 1 to 10 scale now. So this is creating a space between the impulse to push when we want to push too far and the fear of the crash, because that space is where your true power lies. And you are absolutely worth the time to build these skills, learning to manage your energy with awareness and compassion, to break the habit of pushing, letting yourself be able to recognize when you know you just can't or you just shouldn't, and to make, to break the habit of making decisions of just flat out saying no out of fear either. And I know chronic fatigue, whether it's CFS or it's, one of the multitude of other diseases that has fatigue, is an absolute nightmare. So make sure you're working closely with your doctors on any medications that might help or need to be changed. And there are specific suggestions for sleep habits, diet, exercise, which I know can be hard because you may have a TV in your bedroom and you're told to take it out because the light and the sounds are not beneficial for sleep. Or maybe you're a marathon runner or a long distance swimmer who's now been told to really cut out, really cut back on that exertion and focus on yoga or qigong or something that's, completely opposite of the go, go, go you're used to. Or a certain type of diet that's complete opposite to how you've always eaten. Or you may be a very selective eater, and so that can really cause a lot of struggles. So, you might check out the videos I have on, say, tension, frustration, anger, anxiety, whatever it is you're feeling about those changes, while focusing really strictly on the sensations or emotions that change you've been directed to make is bringing up. Because sometimes those lingering feelings can add to all of our fear and frustration, and it makes it harder for us to make the best decisions when and where we can as we're working to find equilibrium with long-term illnesses. So yeah, if there's another part of this video that has you stuck, yeah, look and see if I have a video for that, causing that too. Tapping is a process, so any of them may take a few rounds as you work yourself to rewire those neural pathways. And that's doing, the patterns of behavior, beliefs, or emotions from negative to positive ones. So go back again now if you can, or give it once or twice a day until the intensity of that fear of crashing or pushing yourself when you know you shouldn't is down to a 0. So you're not making that kind of, you've had to say no so many times that then we make that rash decision that does end up causing a crash out that lasts for days. So, of course, click subscribe. You'll get notified of new videos. And if you could like or comment, it does help me grow as a channel. And for that, I am truly grateful. Thank you so much for all that. And I hope you're taking, great, good care of yourself. And, I definitely don't discount the power of the mind. Of course, I would never make a video saying, oh, I can tap you, so, tap with you so that you can cure, CFS or MS or like Hashimoto's, this autoimmune disease I have, or any of that. It's not that I don't think the mind can. I don't know that we have the tools yet, or we know exactly how to do it. Or quite frankly, even if we did, it took things like this. We might not all have the time because we're out there working our 40, 50, 60 hours a week, whatever it is. But I definitely know that tapping can help relieve a lot of the behavioral triggers that can make things like we're so full of anxiety and fear and anger and frustration that then we just say, oh, screw it, I'm going to go do it. And then now we know we're out for 2 weeks crashing. Or it can just help with, when it helps with anxiety, and those are some of the studies that are in those links, when it helps with anxiety or frustration or even trauma, those sort of things, it does bring down cortisol levels. It does, it can help us regulate our heart rate and, so many physical things that may not be the exact thing that is the issue. It's not going to cure my Hashimoto's. It's not going to, necessarily cure CFS or any of that, but those underlying triggers, and if we can get a lot of the other things taken care of, that can also then trigger that, like any autoimmune disease, we know stress and anxiety can make those worse. So that's how these things can also definitely help. And again, like, you don't know when crash outs are going to happen, so spending your life fearing when the next one is going to make that anxiety and frustration, so then you make a decision you don't really want to, whether that's saying no to something you could have done or saying yes to something that we shouldn't. So yeah, I'm glad to see you here working this out and finding ways to help yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Later.